If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. Welcome. My name is Lara. If my face is familiar, welcome back. If it's not, it's nice to meet you. We are here taking a look at the week ahead, the next 7 days. This Tarot Tuesday, starting this week with March 4th, 2025. So if you're finding this around that time, that's the energy that we're working with. That's the astrology that we're working with. If you are finding this at a different time, that's okay too. These messages were meant to find you exactly when they came to find you, so you can trust that. Also, this is a general reading. We're taking a look at what we have in store for us over the next 7 days based on the energy. So that's around us, whatever way in which you're tapped into that. So what's here may not be super specific to you, but hopefully you get something out of it and hopefully it's helpful. You know best. You will know what's meant for you. So trust that, listen to your intuition, and, don't just take what I say at face value. I don't know your situation, okay? I only see what's in the cards, all right? So, that being said, let's talk a little about what's coming up for us this week. So actually on March 2nd, just a couple of days ago, Venus went retrograde officially. So she's passed through that shadow phase and is now in retrograde. We also had a new moon last week. We had a planetary alignment the last day of February, the 28th. So a lot is going on. Mercury is soon to be retrograde. Mercury retrogrades a lot. That's going to be later on the 15th, but that means that Mercury is in its shadow. So we had this brief moment where most of the planets, I think all of the planets, were going direct, and literally just 2 days after that, Venus has gone retrograde. She'll be retrograde till April 13th. Help me. And we'll also be dealing with Mercury retrograde. There's eclipse season starting. There is the spring equinox. There's a lot going on this month, but we're just going to focus on the next 7 days. So I think there will probably be a lot of influence with that Venus in retrograde energy. Venus in retrograde is all about, Venus itself is the planet of love and abundance, fertility, creation. So she has to do with love, relationships, how we love, also money, creativity. Okay. So all of that, and retrogrades being a time of reflection because she's moving backwards. Also, Venus is both the morning and evening star, depending on where she's at. So Venus also, with that morning, evening star, her retrograding, a lot of this is especially right now with spring, ready to spring. This is about emerging from the descent of the underworld that we did in the winter, okay, and coming back out as something new. Specifically, there's a really great oh my God, Mesopotamian myth, the goddess Inanna, if you know her. Her most famous story is her descent and then ascent, her descent into the underworld and back up. So a lot of that is like a huge metaphor. It's a really great story. There's a lot of metaphor and symbolism there as far as going, the ways in which we strip our ego and come back out, as forever changed. Yeah. So I think it's going to get interesting. But let's see what the cards have to say, because we're just going to focus on the next 7 days. She's going to be retrograding for a while. I'm kind of feeling her already. I don't know really what sign she's retrograding in. I probably should have looked that up, but we'll be working with the energy for a while. So either way, we'll see. Okay, so I've got the usual suspects here. We're going to start with the Oracle of Mystical Moments. We'll do our spicy oracle, and then we'll see what the tarot cards have to say. And let's pull a card to sort of catch a vibe. What sort of energy is this week bringing? Interesting. Doubly so. Okay, I'm actually filming this on March 3rd, which is 3/3. That's the 3/3 portal. And we have the number 33 coming out. So there's already a lot of synchronistic energy. This card is called Weaving Flowers. So you can see this figure, lots of flowers around, big springtime energy, weaving flowers. I'm picking up on creation energy. Spiders are kind of coming to mind with like the web that they weave, which represents that animal spirit representing creativity. A lot of like designing the life that you want to see. With the flower energy coming in, it's very soft. It's very feminine. It's very springtime. So how are we weaving in the softness to this life that we are creating for ourselves? Let's see what the book has to say. Let's see if I'm on track with any of this. Okay, here we go. 33. 33, Weaving Flowers. Creator. Yep. Art of the universe. Integration. Okay. So also integration being a pretty big theme. What I mentioned with that myth of Inanna's descent. Her descent is where she was forced to pass through the 7 gates of hell on her way in. And at each gate, she was stripped of her goddess powers. A physical element representing different aspects of who she was. Right? When you strip away all the aspects of your identity, what's left standing there? And can you face that as you've gone into the underworld? And then ascending back out, which is very springtime energy, this is integrating that information, reclaiming power, not because there's a status or symbol attached to it that your ego is attached to. Transformation energy, okay? So if you've been doing your work, we're integrating it, okay? Here we see a woman gathering the delicate petals of blossoms and making them into flowers. It seems like she is weaving them together, bringing a greater whole into being. She is calm and centered on her work. This woman is a creator. Okay, so I'm also getting like, focus on what you're doing. She draws from the petals falling from the sky and growing from earth. Inspiration is all around. Gather it up to create a new whole. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's keep going. We're going to see what our spicy oracle has to say. Ooh, there they are. Okay. Okay, so I feel like we get these a lot. But anyway, it's fine. It's for a reason, I'm sure. So we've got Take Me Home. Of Course I Will. prove it. I think there is this element of commitment here. Are you committed to what it is that you're creating, to what it is that you're weaving together? Take me home. Of course I will. Prove it. There's something here about I think trusting what it is that you are integrating right now as you create whatever it is you're creating. Humans are naturally creative. They're creating all the time, all day long. But that intention I think for you to really be, and this could be like with the Venus retrograde coming up, there's this element of like, you need to see action in the relationships and situations around you. Right? It's not just about like oh, of course I will. It's like, no, I need to see that, because otherwise that's not something that you want to weave into this beautiful life that you are on track to create. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going to integrate it if it's not going to serve the whole of your goal, of your vision. You will know what that means for you and what kind of way, because this could mean a lot of things. This could be the people that you're choosing to have in your life. This could be, because we've got the Venus retrograde, this could be this could be around work. Maybe you feel, even if like a promise wasn't made from outside, maybe you feel like there's some sort of like, you know, some situation as far as like how you are building financially that is like, I need to see that this is building forward. I need to see that that by integrating this in, that this is coming together with everything else, and everything is woven in, and everything is contributing to the whole experience, the whole. Okay, so there we go. I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like maybe it does. I don't know how to read these cards. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Sometimes I feel like I don't. But anyway, what matters is you understand for you. So let's let's go ahead and could we please have 3 tarot cards just to show us what energy is moving us through the week. I see this one, and could I please have one more card for the collective for clear and concise messages on what energy we can expect to be working with around the themes of weaving flowers, creation, integration, art of the universe. Maybe there's more trusting of the universe as well, you know, and the universe asking you, stay focused on what you're working on, okay? There it is. Thank you. All right. Okay. Ooh. Talk about a friggin' retrograde. Okay, I need to ask myself something here, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. We're going to start with our shadow cards, just to kind of take a look at what's underneath the surface. No big deal. Venus retrograde, here it is. We're dealing with this, with the Lovers card, okay? This could actually be a love relationship for you, perhaps. The way in which you're weaving your life together with somebody else's, but more so, if that's very specific. If that's not the case for you, this is about bringing, especially because it's in the shadow position, this is about bringing yourself into wholeness here. We have the masculine and the feminine energies coming together. Sort of, you see the hair sort of like weaving together, working together. This is a card of choices. Are we making choices that are bringing the duality of ourselves into alignment? I think, yeah. Which I think will be heavily reflected in like relationship situations. But, you know, I mean, this is the internal positioning. And then that is reflective out. But, you know, coming into union with someone else inside, what needs to happen is coming into union with yourself. How are you bringing this together? The Magician, underneath that energy, there's a significant amount of magic. You have all the tools you need to do this. There's an element of focus in this card as well that I'm picking up on. You know, that this figure is like very focused on what they're working on here, which we're also getting in this card. And then there's the card of Temperance. Temperance is moderation. This is also a card of alchemy. This is in this shadow position. We're talking inner alchemy. All right. So there's a lot of like, these are also like incredibly significant, life-changing cards here. So this is like huge energy underneath the surface this week. And this Six of Cups in the reverse position, this always makes me think of being nostalgic for something that you've never actually had. You know, or sort of romanticizing things from the past. I think with this energy here, though, like all of this work around bringing yourself into union, this is, maybe it's like the revelation of like, oh, I've been romanticizing this thing that I thought I had, but I never really did. And then the Five of Pentacles is peeking out. So I feel like I have to show that, okay? This, I feel like that's sort of keying into these ideas of like, Five of Pentacles is isolation. It's being left out in the cold. It's victim mentality and it's scarcity. The key is right here. If this person were just to raise their head, they could open the door and be welcomed into this space where they could potentially get the support that they need. But they're not doing that. And behind the Six of Cups, there's the energy of the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. So I wonder if there's like some overly critical internal voices that you're going to be needing to be aware of. something maybe trying to pull your focus away from what you're weaving together. Okay. So then what does that mean as far as the week ahead? Oh boy, oh boy. Talk about a retrograde. I don't even know where to start. The energy that we have here, we have the King of Cups in the reverse, the Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Two aspects, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. This is also with Cups energy. This is about emotional fulfillment, love. Both of these are, you know, intuitive energies. The Queen being very psychic, the King with the ability to let his heart inform his decisions. Both of these are in the reverse position this week. Oh God. And then with the Two of Wands in reverse, you know, you already have all of this like partnership here and here to, you know, the duality here and then the Two of Wands in the reverse position. The Two of Wands is all about planning and strategy. In the reverse position, maybe I'm picking up on like a lack of foresight. I think this will be a big, big week as far as reflecting. There's a really stuck energy here. Like really not being able to see. Feeling really cut off intuitively. And it's affecting this ability to make any plan around forward movement. So what does that mean? I think it's almost like what I'm getting this sense of like, it's like a purge this week. And maybe it's an emotional purging. This may cause a lot of self-doubt. I think it's going to cause a lot of self-doubt as well, as far as like where you're going, where you want to be going, what you want things to look like. The energy that's underneath, though, is so potent and strong. And the Weaving Flowers card as well is perhaps some encouragement on staying focused despite what's happening with this energy. You know what I want to do? I just need a second to reflect on this. And maybe there will be a more concise way I can put this together. Give me 1 second. I think really what we have here, okay, coming back to this. Hi. There's fear and insecurity around the plan, the current plan. I think this insecurity has us feeling cut off from ourselves emotionally. It's got us feeling, not only cut off from ourselves emotionally, but maybe actively suppressing those emotions. And I think this is a call for more self-care with the king and queen surrounding the two. Okay. Both sides coming together in this. Whatever fear is here around what you're up to, there is first of all, I feel like there's walls up around it. It doesn't, you don't trust it. But with the energy of the Lovers, the Magician, and the Temperance card, it's nothing that you can't transmute. It's nothing that you can't work with. You are the magician here. Okay, so this is a call for coming deeper into alignment with yourself. And the biggest aspect of that is addressing the fear around what it is around your strategy, basically. Be careful of perhaps being overly dramatic as well with this energy here. Yeah. I think you just be real gentle. I think the fear is going to come up for you to see. So being very gentle this week and maintaining with the weaving flowers, maintaining that focus anyway. Because this fear is, the fear is what your ego is attached to. And it's time for that to be stripped away. But a lot of times, I'm thinking of like stripping away, that makes you very vulnerable. So this week, I think a lot of self-care, focus on self-care. Cry when you gotta cry. If you feel like you're emotionally being overly dramatic too, that's okay because of this immense fear that's coming up. But know that it's coming up because it's your choice to face it anyway. All right? It's your choice to continue on this path and to use your magic to transmute this fear into something that will take you towards where you're going. Does this make sense? So self-care, 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 which is very like Venusian. There may be lots of tears. I think, don't be careful of trying to suppress how you feel. If you're prone to overworking, be careful of that. I feel like that could be a distraction from addressing the fear around your strategy. Okay, but this is all an integral part of the process of your individuation. Individuation being the next step after the shadow work is done. Now you have all this information and it's integrating these aspects of yourself. Who are you outside of this fear? This is who you are. I think that's what the cards want to remind you of. Even if you've never felt this before or seen yourself as this before. You know, don't get it twisted with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Know who you are. And yeah, take it easy. Take it one step at a time, you know? So that's what I've got. I hope this helped. Did it make sense? I guess we'll see. More will be revealed. If you found this helpful, though, please, you know, leave me a comment, like, share, all of the things. And there's all kinds of information in the description box below if you're interested to know a little bit more about me. And yeah, that's it. I mean, good luck to us all. You know what I mean? But Venus energy is very nurturing energy anyway. So just lean into that. And we'll get through it. We'll get through to the other side. And I will be here for another Tarot Tuesday. So see you on the other side.